One thing that I found interesting about this play was the structure of the play and how it was told in moments instead of the more traditional sort of chronological order that I guess plays usually follow. Values that I thought were really stressed were prejudice towards homosexuals and religion. The play made a very good, did a very good job of showing different religious viewpoints on the issues of homosexuality and how the different religions treated, or the different sects of Christianity treated homosexuals, and it kind of showed the more progressive Christians and those who are more traditional. Um, and it helped gain a better perspective of the issue as a whole. And then the second value, as I said, that I thought was really stressed was just prejudice towards homosexuals and how it was really, really prevalent back in the 90s even, and still really to this day. And it's something that's in the past decade has become much more readily talked about and I guess more accepted. And it just suggests how this play was very progressive for its time. One thing that I didn't really understand when I was reading the play was in some of the stage directions, it would really often say it went to like sotto voce, which then I found out meant that it just meant that it was talking in a soft or quiet voice, and that was used like specifically when all the news anchors were talking, and I thought that was really cool because it kind of showed how this issue took the world by storm, and it was on multiple different channels and multiple reporters were talking about it, and it just really impacted me and showed me how big of an issue this was, considering really I'd never heard of this before I read this play. So I thought that was really cool. Obviously, Laramie is depicted by the residents itself as a town. Initially, that's very accepting towards everybody. They use the live and let live thing, but as the play goes on, the characters really realize that there's a lot of prejudice in the town, and that's just expressed by their feelings and how their mindsets change. And I think nowadays, I don't think what happened in Laramie could really happen in Columbus. I do think there's still definitely some hate towards gay people, and people are very prejudiced towards them, but I don't think a hate crime like that could happen in Columbus nowadays. By no means does that mean that I don't think that there's still bias and still hate towards gay people in today, and I think we're working on that and it's getting better, but I don't think a murder would happen. Um, I really liked the way this play was told more than I guess Intimate Apparel. Intimate Apparel was like every other play I'd ever read before. But these moments really made it seem like I was able to be there in those interviews, and I was giving the interview where I was being interviewed, and it just really honestly struck me more, and it made me feel more engaged in the play than Intimate Apparel. It seemed more like conversational, like how you have conversations day to day instead of like just a story that you're reading. Two questions I had after reading this play were: was did it's kind of unclear as to whether Matt really made advances on the two attackers, the two people who murdered him, Aaron and Russell, AJ and Russell or whatever. So did that really happen? And has there been any change in Laramie since any laws against hate crimes since this came to be?